My name is MC Snores, and I'm in the studio today with DJ Snooze.
Yeah.
We about to break down a little song we like to call Franklin. Everybody talks about Hollywood, West Coast, East Coast, New York, it's all good. I'ma bring it to you at another rate.
Yo, Snores, what you doing?
Represent our state. We don't have gangs, at least not like yours. Ain't got a ton of buildings or a bunch of seashores, but everybody's down, black or white.
Whatever your mix.
We don't really fight, so I love my town and my town loves me. Yo, Snooze.
Yeah, Snores, won't you give it to me?
I live in Franklin.
Hey everybody. Hey, today I'm going to do another video on cooking with your food storage. Not using rice this time. Doing some beans, some cornmeal, dehydrated potatoes. See that? Dehydrated potatoes. Flour, cherries in the can. I could have opened up a thing of pork that I have canned, but this was in the freezer and I want to use it, so I will be using that. That is going to be a meal for today. And I will show you how I'm going to cook it all and prepare it. So here we go. A lot of people were asking, what do we do with all the beans? So I figured today I'll show you how to make some beans. First off, I normally don't measure at all when I do stuff. But I'm going to soak these beans. I'll bring them to a boil and soak them. Normally the package will tell you about 2 cups of beans, about half a pot of water. I like my beans like real thick. Add some meat to it. So I'll probably do about half of this bag, because I'll be sharing it with family members. But what I normally do is put some hot water in the pot, and I'll soak them, because you got some bad beans, and normally the ones that's no good, they'll float to the top. The rest of them I'll just put into this mason jar here. That way I can get it out of the bag. It normally says you can to go through and get your bad beans out. All I normally do is just put them into the hot water. Mix them around a little bit. And as you see, there's some that's already floating to the top. As you see, it's not a very good bean. So you can see some darker beans in here. So you can, those will float to the top. But what I'm going to do is put these on the stove, and I'm going to boil them. For a while. I'll let them soak, and then once they're done soaking, I'll drain them, wash them, separate the beans, get the good ones out, and then I'll start cooking them again and add some meat to it. And today what I'm going to do, so I'll add these leftover pork ribs that we had bought. We already ate some. These were kind of leftovers out of the pack. Been in the freezer for a couple months, so I'm going to add that in after the beans start cooking and let them cook. But I'll go through the steps with you as I do it. I'll be back. Alright, so now I'm going to make my cornbread. I've got a cup of the cornmeal. I've got a cup of all-purpose flour, 4 tablespoons sugar, 4 teaspoons baking powder, ½ teaspoon salt, 1 cup milk, 1 egg, and a 1/4 cup vegetable oil. Mix it up and we'll go from there. Alright, yeah, beans are just about done. The 2 cans of cherries I went ahead and opened. I mixed up the batter, 2 cups of flour, a cup and a half milk, 2 teaspoons baking powder, and a ½ teaspoon of salt. Mixed it up, and 2 cups of sugar. Mixed it up, poured the batter in to the pans, and then the 2 cans of cherry topping I put inside. So we'll let it cook. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully this will work. Alright, so the beans are off the grill. They're done. Looks really, really good. Cornbread off the grill. Tastes really good. See, I already took a piece. Gotta sample it. But these beans are really good. Cornbread's done. Last thing to do is finish up the potatoes and the cherry cobbler, and I will show you that in a minute. Alright, so here you go. You got your fried taters. Fried up really well. Cast iron skillet. It's the way I like to do them. Alright, next step. Alright, they're cooking up. You can see them starting to rise. It's raining, so see how it goes. Alright, everybody. So you might be wondering what the point of this video was. It's if you're going to take the time to store the food and learn all you can on storing long term, you might as well know how to cook it, and you have to eat it. You can't just wake up one day and decide, hey, I'm going to eat all this I store. You got to get your body used to this kind of food, and if you know how to cook it and you use it on a daily basis, your body gets used to it. Me and my wife has been doing this now for 3-4 years, probably longer than that. I can't even remember, honestly. It's become a habit. I mean, it's a lifestyle, and you got to have the taste, because most of it doesn't taste good. You got to learn how to spice it up and give it flavor. But you can cook anything you store I mean, you can cook it on your stovetop, in your oven, on a grill, a fire pit, any way, but you have to know how, and you have to learn, and the only way to learn is to do it, and eat what you're storing, you know, and get your body used to all the foods that you're storing, because if you're not used to eating it, what's the point in storing it? I mean, that's just my thought, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this video today. If it takes you each week, make one meal, and then the following week go to 2 meals. You know, that's the best advice I can give people to get their body ready to eat this kind of food. I mean, because, you know, if this is what you're storing, you know, hopefully you don't have to eat it every day. But I feel coming real soon that we're all going to be eating what we're storing, just from the things I see. But you have to be ready, and you have to be able to handle what you're storing, you know. And it's taken us a while. We took it slow. 1 meal a week we started with, until that's what we was eating, is everything that we store. You know, I mean, that doesn't say that we don't go out and get us a meal at a nice restaurant or go buy us a hamburger here and there. I mean, we do. But you have to get used to what you're storing, because there's no point in storing it if you're not going to be able to eat it. But that's just my thoughts for today, and I enjoyed doing the video. So now I'm going to go and eat my dinner. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. And please add your comments. Have a good day.
We're Columbus in the house, I'm talking Franklin. Hey yo, snooze, man. That's what I'm saying. Little something for my peeps out there on the West Coast. Letting you know how we do it right here in